video in a couple weeks, and it is going to be a hybrid video. A hybrid. What's a hybrid, Glenn? Well, you know we have the musicians on couches drinking coffee where I talk to musicians, and I have the drum mission instructional videos. Instructional videos where we feature elements and things like that. So this is going to be a bit of a commercial for a new band I'm involved with, and an instructional video. And the commercial is going to be kind of based in the musicians on couches idea. We're going to have interviews with the guys and all that kind of stuff. And what band am I talking about? I'm talking about Dig A Phony. Dig A Phony. Dig A Phony. Well, is that some kind of take on a Beatles song? Yes, it is, because it's a Beatles tribute band. Now, if you know me at all, you know that not too long ago I had my own Beatles band. It was okay. It was all right. Abbey Road 2.0 did renditions of Beatles songs. It was hard to get guys to rehearse, you know. I had one great musician in it, I thought, Nicholas Tabarayas. Shout to you, Nicholas Tabarayas, great guitar player. And then pandemic happened, and, you know, it was like, well, who cares anymore? And the desire, the will. My grandmother always said, "There's a will, there's a way." Right? There was no will. There was no way. And by, I don't know why I said it like that. By and by, I get a phone call to audition for this band called Dig A Phony, which was a Beatles tribute band, different than mine. Even though they also did not do the costumes, they did not, but they did not do renditions. They did exact copies. So they had a lot of guys, because Beatles did a lot of tracking. And let me tell you, when I did the audition, and I gotta say this, their harmonies, unbelievable. They just had the best harmonies. I think I got a clip of help somewhere I'm going to show in here. Man, oh man, you got to book this band. And by the way, they are looking for an extra guy. And one of the things I want to mention is, I probably will mention it again later in the video, but they had a percussion player. And we got a bunch of interviews from the guys, but somehow, I don't know, his interview got lost. I don't know what happened to it. Either the file got corrupted because the phone had shut down because of overheating. Maybe that happened. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't hit the right button. I don't know. It's why I need help. It's why I need you to support the channel. Anyway, he's the percussionist. And you don't know what it's like to play in a Beatles band with a percussionist until you've played in a Beatles band without a percussionist. Did I say that right? Because playing in my Abbey Road band for, 2 years, whatever it was, without a percussionist, and now that I play in a Beatles band with a percussionist, he does the hand claps and the tambourine parts and the bongos on Hard Day's Night and a few other tunes, and oh my God! That's the reason for me to be in this band. The harmonies are fantastic. The renditions are fantastic. They got a guitar player that plays note for note those Harrison leads. Incredible, incredible. But the percussionist, his name is Jay Jones, J.M. Jones. Look him up on Facebook. Hire him. Kudos to you. Oh, sir, great one, Jay Jones. Thank you, by the way, Jay, for recommending me for this band. It is such a joy. So let's get right to the interviews. We're going to start with Dave Dean. He's the founder. We're going to do two back-to-back. Dave Dean. He is the founder of this. One of the founders. There's a couple of them, but he was on a couch, and it's a quick interview. It'll be short, and then we're going to go to the next interview, which is Bob, and I don't say his last name well, so I'm not going to try. He's the bass player, really good bass player. Does those note for note takes on Paul McCartney's bass line, but more than that, he's the only member of the band that actually saw the Beatles. In other words, the shadow of the Beatles fell upon Bob. That's fantastic. So he's like, in this band, he's like royalty. I'm a big Beatles fan. You know, I'm not just doing this because I want a paycheck. There's not much of a paycheck in this yet. and it's been a lot of rehearsal. But I just love playing Beatles music because look, Ringo not only did interesting, unique things to play, Ticket to Ride, Come Together, and the list goes on. He did not have the bad technique that people say. First of all, he was lefty playing on a righty kick. But we're going to see, and how I'm going to bring in the drum mission instructional is in the middle of this video somewhere. We're going to talk about those fast, swingy eighth notes. I'm going to show it to you on pad. That the clips I'm going to show you that are close-ups on my playing of this, these are not easy. These are not easy, and Ringo did it with his right hand, even though he was lefty. He did it with his right hand, even though he was lefty. So, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, he couldn't go around the kit because he was left-handed and he had a hard time doing that. Yeah, he didn't do a lot of fast rolls, but man, you see these fast eighth notes, and I'm going to show you. You're going to see me do them, and you're going to see, and you're going to go, that's Ringo did that? Yeah, he did. He did. Anyway, let's go right to those interviews right now. Take it away, Dave. All right. We're now talking with, I was talking to you before about this project that I'm involved in that I'm really excited about. And this is what a musician does. We do all kinds of things. I'm now talking to Dave Dean, and he is one of the founders of Dig A Phony, this Beatles tribute band. So just a little background on it. It's no costumes, no wigs, and none of that kind of thing, but we do try to do exact, whenever possible, replicas of the music as close as we can get.
Emphasis on try.
So, yes. So Dave, when did this actually start for you?
2008. Me and my buddy Jeff, who's one of the other singers, guitar players in the band, we have been singing Beatles since we met in high school, since he was probably 14, 15, something like that. I was about a little older than that. So, yeah, we finally got around in 2008. We saw some other Beatle bands. We're like, I think we could do this. And we didn't want to wear suits and wigs, and our accents aren't that strong, so we skipped all that and found a way to do it without that stuff.
That's a good idea. I tried to do one too, and I couldn't fathom myself wearing the costumes. That was the one thing.
I've seen those poor guys in hot shows, and I feel bad for them.
yeah. And I think people dig it because of the music. I think they know that you're not the four of those guys.
I like to think that the music trumps the Beatlemania shaking the wig thing.
Right.
I mean, there are certainly a value to that, for sure, because there's lots of those bands. But I like to think that the music outlives the mania. So, when did you actually form and start putting it out there for gigs and all that kind of thing? So 2009, I think, was we worked, I would say, nearly a year to get enough to go out in public and get it to the level where we thought it was passable for us. So I think 2009 is when we first went out.
So what's your plans now for the future with this new project, kind of a slightly new lineup and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I mean, we've got a little idea of adding a horn section, and we are unabashedly copying off of the Fab Four, who is Will Lee's band, they're awesome. They have a horn section, they have a string section, so I think for us, if we can pull that off, that's like our next level. And my buddy Charlie here is hooking that up. He knows some horn players, so hopefully that's coming soon.
All right. So I'm going to post on this little interview and then this little episode any dates that we have. I want people to come out and check it out and enjoy it. Everybody knows the tunes. Everybody knows the tunes. Sing along with us and have a good time. All right, and I'm going to be the drummer on the next one. So, all right. Thank you, Mr. Dave Dean.
Appreciate it, man.
Hold on, I'll clip it out. All right, there you go. All right. This is our bass player, our illustrious bass player. Is going to look at his shirt. That shirt is going to really change YouTube.
There we go.
It's going to change it all.
Let it all go like COVID here.
So, state your name and when you joined Dig A Phony.
14 years ago.
14 years ago. Almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
So, 14 years, you've enjoyed it?
It's been great. It's great fun. It's a lot of fun to play Beatle music. I was lucky to get in. These guys didn't mind having an old guy in the band there, so It worked out. And as it turned out, I'm the only one that actually saw the Beatles. So that's my little feather in my
You're
cap.
the only actual royalty in the band. So
My two little things, I saw the Beatles and I met Jimi Hendrix.
you met Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Wow. That'll be for the other band. We'll talk about that there. Anyway, so 14 years. So you're hoping for a lot more playing now that we're sort of back together again, right? Because I'm the newbie. I'm the new guy just coming in here. So
We're never too old. That's the way
Yeah,
I look at it.
yeah.
I figure if the Stones can still do it at 80, we still got time to go.
that's true. Hey, even Springsteen's 72 or something
Yeah.
like that, and then still
So
touring.
I,
So it sounded good. Did you have fun tonight?
I always have fun. This is great. It sounded pretty good today. I was surprised.
Yeah,
that
it sounded
they had
good.
the tone out of this thing, so it worked out.
Well, overall, I thought compared to the other night, which was our Virgin night out,
Yeah.
this was a overall better show, tighter. The tempos were better,
Yeah,
everything
we were
better.
I liked the crowd yesterday. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah,
was
yeah,
almost
yeah.
1,000 people up there.
So, look for us on the road. Look for
will.
us somewhere, wherever we go. We're going to show up somewhere. Dig a Phony,
we are.
and remember the great Beatle bass player with the loud shirt. All right. See you on the next one, Mr. Bob.
There we go.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you enjoyed the video so far. Very quickly, let's do this. Let's try to keep this in like a 5-minute span. So when you're doing quick eighth notes, and now remember I'm left-handed, on the hi-hat, swingy or otherwise, right? It's an up and down kind of motion. Whereas I'm getting 2 hits for 1, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Where does this idea come from? It comes from molar grip or molar technique. And if you want to, you can type in for Jojo Mayer's molar videos. They're great. They're great. So and now I'm left-handed. Remember that. So my left hand does it on the hi-hat much more than my right will ever do on the hi-hat. So my left hand is better at it than my right hand, but I can do it with my right as well, just not as good. But the idea is the same. It's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The right hand is better at the finger technique, straight up finger technique French grip, because it's playing snare all the time, right? And look, this is my own negligence for not working my right hand out on it, right? As coming up, but you don't have to be that way. However, I do believe if you're right-handed, your right hand will always be a little better than your left. If you're left-handed, your left hand will always be a little better than your right. I'm 60 years old now, like this is the way I play, but I also do this traditional grip. So let's talk about molar real quick. I dangle the stick. This is the way Jojo explains it on his video. I'm going to do a quick version of his explanation. I dangle the stick using my second finger as my fulcrum. My elbow is going to be the anchor for the whip. Same thing here. That's my fulcrum. My elbow is going to be the anchor for my whip. The first hit wasn't really good. All right. So if you did this on a regular basis, now I'm cooking. If you do this on a regular basis, you'll begin to get good at this flowing motion between your arms and your wrists, and that's what molar comes from. But it's obvious if I'm playing fast eighth notes, I can't be doing this kind of thing. So if we keep streamlining that down, right, I get this rocking motion. And really, if I did it with both hands, I want you to see both hands. So you can, this is better to see than for me to explain. So let's start with 4. So I'm going to go down for 1, up for 3. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm using my arm as sort of this pivot point. Right? For my wrist. So by doing this, I'm getting 4 hits. So we can cut that down to 3. Or you can cut it down to 2. And now let my left hand take off. So my left hand does it very quickly, because it's been doing it for 50 years, and that's what Ringo did. Here's the other thing I want to talk about for a minute. All the people that say, well, you know, Ringo's technique wasn't very good. Ringo did those quick 8th notes with his right hand. He was left-handed. He was a lefty. He had a hard time going around the kit. Well, I go around the kit that way. He would go around the kit this way. He had a hard time going around the kit like and come together. So he would go backwards because he couldn't do it. Because he was left-handed playing a righty kit. But he did that with his right hand. He did those fast, ridiculously fast, swingy 8th notes with his right hand. So I want to be your man is swingy 8th notes at 190 beats a minute, or the likes thereof. Anyway, and they don't have to be swingy 8th notes. They don't have to be swingy. Watch, let's slow it down a little bit. Here's swinging it. I'm going to do traditional here, both hands. Like a shuffle, but you don't have to swing it. And when you're going really quick, there's always a little swing in there, you know? So, and that's what I think makes it cool. That's like the rock and roll thing, to do those fast 8th notes with that little swing in there. You would see Ringo doing this a lot of times, you know? And I know that's not my way. I don't want to do this. It just seems like a lot more work to me. And maybe that's how Ringo did some of that stuff. He, you know, hit that way with his right hand. I don't know. But anyway, that's the idea. Work on it. Work on it with both your hands. Until you feel comfortable. And hopefully, one day, and you'll see. I'll put a couple more clips in right now of some of those crazy 8th notes I played that day. All right? And I think I saved it for now, but I'll put on I Want to Be Your Man. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Gentlemen, this is Jeff. What's your last name, Jeff? Say right.
Pelione.
Pelione. I'm a paisan too. I'm Giordano, right? You know, I killed the guy, so I got to stay in Michigan a little while longer.
That's right.
Anyway, how long you been with Dig A Phony?
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
So what is that? That's 14 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Been a while. Dave and I dreamed it up.
This is the main guitar player, doing all those Harrison leads. And
Trying to, yeah.
And some of the Lennon ones, I
Yep.
guess. And then maybe a few McCartney ones, too. I don't know.
Yeah, Paul played the solo on Taxman, so yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yep.
I did not know that.
And then John played the solo on Hey Bulldog, from what I've heard, possibly not, but it sounds like a John solo to me.
So you guys took a break after COVID, obviously, and now you're back. How are you enjoying the whole bit?
It's just good to be back and playing music live again and playing the greatest pop music of all time.
It is definitely indeed the greatest,
right?
yes.
Right, it is. It's fantastic.
And what are you looking forward to upcoming with shows? What are you thinking of doing?
Maybe getting the horn section. We've been talking about that. So putting some horn players together, augmenting the band a little bit, like we get our utility guy back so we can get into the deeper stuff, the later years, Pepper and Let It Be,
and the other side of Abbey Road,
yes.
which is my personal favorite.
Yes, the other side of Abbey Road, absolutely. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because they're challenging, but when you nail them, there's nothing like it.
And there's not many other guys nailing that stuff, right? They're doing the early stuff because they were a 4-piece, but the Abbey Road where they had orchestration and all that stuff, they stay away from it.
And you got to introduce keys, and when you introduce keys, you got to introduce horns. So you're doing horns on the keys, and there's sometimes where you actually need 2 keyboard players. So
right,
it's pretty challenging, But,
so this is the commercial. We need another guy. You watch it. We need another guy.
Yes.
You'll see this come up, and if you're interested, get a hold of me or somebody.
Yes.
All right. So you played great tonight. It sounded good.
You.
Everything sounded good. I'm personally, just want to say it, I love the Beatles, and I'm enjoying doing the Ringo stuff. I'm just enjoying doing it. It's much more challenging than people think, much more difficult to play than people think.
You're doing a great job, Glenn.
And I'm loving. It's like I know, it's like a little dream come true doing this music as I remember it.
I feel the same way. It's almost like you're taking a little piece of it.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
You're making it your own, but you're borrowing something from them, and it becomes part of you now. And you're like, hey, I got a piece of George now, Yeah, I know what you mean.
All right.
I know what you're saying.
Well, we'll see you on the next gig, and in the fall there'll be more. And look for the name, Dig A Phony.
Dig A Phony.
All right.
Thanks, Glenn.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go. Okay.
What's up, Glenn?
So Charles.
That's me.
Okay. How you doing? Did you have fun tonight?
Oh man, it's the funnest gig ever.
So let me say a little bit. This is the multi-instrumentalist. He plays guitar, sings, keys, and cowbell.
Yeah.
All right. State your full name and when
Charlie
did you?
Dentel.
Say it again.
Charlie Dentel.
And when did you actually join Dig A Phony?
How long has it been, Dave? It's like 10 years, I think. Just about
10
like
years.
2013, 2012, 2013.
So you're not one of the founding members like Bob or Dave?
Okay. Dave and I are family, actually. Dave and I were in-laws. So Dave's ex-wife is actually the daughter of my mother-in-law. So she's my wife's stepsister. So I found out about the band because Dave needed a keyboard guy. And we didn't know that we, had the same Beatle interest, but it worked out. Now we're
great.
Now we're Beatle bros.
And you were great tonight. You were great. Taxman was great. I saw her standing there. All your vocal tunes.
Love the
a lot
George
of fun.
ones.
Yeah.
We can do all of them.
Yeah.
Not stop.
So you're seeing this now really starting to pick up again, I would think, right?
Oh yeah, love it. With you, Glenn, playing drums. It's just the details are all there. It's beautiful. I love playing the stuff. It's like listening to it. But it's like being at church. It's Beatles church.
Yeah, Beatles
right?
church. That's right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Beatles church. It's like we do Beatles like the DSO does Mozart, right?
Right.
Hit all the notes.
Right.
So yeah, we're excited. We got a horn section we're working on, and hopefully get some more vocals going. And,
hopefully the other side of Abbey Road. That's what I would love to do.
Do and winter gigs, and yes, the Abbey Road medley is
yes,
our faves,
amen.
For sure, yeah.
All right, Mr. Charles, I will see you on the next one, and look forward to the commercial when you'll share it, and we'll see if we can get some more work out of it.
Yes.
All right.
Love it. Thank you, Glenn.
Bye-bye.
All right, I hope you enjoyed this video so far. And I hope you noticed Jay Jones in the background in those clips. Amazing, and he really makes this band for me. Kudos to you, Mr. J. I'm really sorry that your interview got messed up. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe I hit the wrong button or the file got corrupted. I don't know why. Anyway, but Jay is great. He's a great addition to the band and one of the reasons I joined. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this thing so far. Stay tuned to my channel. Book Dig A Phony. Book Dig A Phony. Book Dig A Phony. That's 1. 2, we got a bunch of cool things coming up. The new feature you'll see in about a month, Musicians on the Couch. We're going to talk about musicians' problems and their relationships and their families, especially when they get no support. Maybe we'll have a little support time for each other. All right, I'll tell you about my struggles. And of course, I got some more drum covers up and stuff like that. So see you on the next one.